Welcome back, everybody, to another exciting episode of Atlanta Unplugged, and I'm your host, King Paul, and I'm here today with y'all with none other than the boss lady. What's happening?
What's good? What's good with you, King Paul?
Hey, everything's all good. Welcome to Atlanta Unplugged.
Thank you for having me.
No, thank you for coming on to the platform. You know what I mean? Looking all bossy.
Thank you. As always. No.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yeah, the first time I ran into you was at, the Hip Hop Legends and everything.
Yes. Shout out to Hip Hop Legends.
Shout out to Hip Hop Legends. Now, we had a little interview, but it was so loud and everything.
It was.
And we had to do a little quick interview and everything, and I was yelling and hollering in your ear. I was like, ah. So now we could get a little bit more, in depth of who Bozzlaydee is. So who's Bozzlaydee?
Well, I'm from Chicago, Illinois, by the way of Texas, like I said before. Now residing here in Atlanta, I am an upcoming female artist, and y'all will be hearing a lot of Bozzlaydee.
Yeah, so you're here in Atlanta, and, we was talking earlier and everything. You've been around.
Yes,
you've been around everywhere in hot Atlanta.
Yes, I have.
And you've been here for?
About a year.
About a year now.
Yes.
Came in on the pandemic and just, took advantage of it.
Yes, while everybody was still, I was moving now.
Yeah. So what is your motivation?
My motivation is my children and my family and, women in the industry, just to motivate women and let my kids know and women know and any upcoming artists that you can do whatever you do. You could do whatever you want to do if you put your mind to it. Because I am living proof, and I'm not going to stop. Because I'm telling you, you're going to see a lot more of me.
Yeah. We're seeing a lot now. And how long have you been in the game?
I've been in the game for 10 plus years. I'm not going to lie to you. Professionally, I would say about 6 or 7. And the reason for that is because, like I said, I'm a mom as well. So I picked it up, put it down, picked it up, put it down. I was battling that for a long time. And I just prayed one day and I asked God, I said, God, just show me if this is something I need to do. And this is why I'm here now in Atlanta.
Okay, so where did it take off from when you were in Chicago or Texas?
I was actually in Texas when I actually started going into the studio recording professionally. It started, we was in a house party one day and we was in a group and they was playing some beats. And everybody started rapping. It was this one girl. I ain't gonna lie, she was good. She was from New York. And my friend was like, get her. Because they was the only ones that knew I did, that I rap. And
so you was battling?
Yeah, so I got in this. It wasn't pretty much battling, but I had to let them know. So what I did was to let them know that it was natural and it was coming off the dome. Because I really don't like to freestyle. I like to write. I talked about everything a person had on in the crowd. And that's how it just stuck with the crowd. And the guy came up to me and he was like, hey, have you ever recorded in the studio? And I was like, no. And he was like, come to the studio tomorrow. And it's been history ever since. So
what were you doing before that? Were you just doing it just for fun? And
no, I'm actually was a medical student, actually a nurse. I was an LVN and I was in the medical field for about 10 years. And I was still doing music, and now I decided to just do it full time.
Cool. So they told you to come to the studio. Now a lot of people, even when they be asked to come to the studio and everything, when they see that booth and everything, they still don't feel like they're there yet to actually do it. What convinced you and said, I can't do this?
When I went in there and I just killed it. I went in there and it was so natural because a lot of the things that I wrote down, I had remembered it, in my head. So, you give me a beat, 9 times out of 10, I got something for it. So I stay working, I stay writing, and I had something for the beat he put on, and I killed it. And
so what was the name of that song that you killed?
We actually did a remix to the Tupac old beat. What was the one he had?
All Eyes on Me?
No, it was the oh my gosh, I'm trying to think of it right now. So much on my mind. We did it to the old Tupac beat.
Round and round, round
No. Dun, 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 dun. You want to see, I can't think of You know what beat I'm talking about.
I think I do. But you know what I mean. That's dope. Did you were you inspired by Tupac?
Yes, Tupac was actually one of my inspirations, and the reason why I'm gonna say an inspiration for me is because Tupac was the only rapper at the time that was rapping besides all the stuff that was going on. He only person that brought reality back, brought music to reality. Brenda's Got a Baby, he was rapping about what was going on in the world, what was going on in the hoods, in the streets. So that's how I was able to relate to Tupac, because growing up, everybody grew up in the hood or been to a hood before, you know what I'm saying, or had a cousin who grew up in the hood, and he was the only one that actually really brought the hood to music and the music to the hood. And
right. Yeah, he brought that realness to the hood.
Yes.
Expressed the hood in what is actually going on and everything. That's why you get those ideas with Brenda had a baby and everything, and people think that Pac was speaking on a conscious level, which it is a conscious level, but he was just speaking on the real of what's happening.
Exactly. He was relating to at the time the way everybody was growing up. You know what I'm saying? That's when gangs was being real big in the streets. That's when a lot of the young girls was getting tricked out in the streets at that time growing up, you know what I'm saying, in the early 90s. So, he was talking about stuff like that, and that's what actually him gaining his publicity to the media, because anybody know if you was a Tupac fan, he was talking a lot of knowledge. And if y'all go back and look at his interviews, that's why a lot of the, the politicians was on him like that, because he was revealing a lot of truth. And I like to deal with artists like that.
Right. He coined the phrase thug.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like during that time, it wasn't, out there like, man, I want to be a thug. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Like thug. His meaning of thug life was not that he was a gangster. It's a difference. Gangsters and thugs are not the same thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He meant a thug as far as, the way I rap come off as a thug, but at the same time, I'm knowledgeable. So if you want to label me as a thug, I'll take that. I live a thug life.
Right.
But my message still gets out to the streets. That's why he said it was a thug life. Mm-hmm. Because he started off as a poetess, a poet. So, you know what I mean? So, yeah.
Right. So, tell us a little bit about your upbringing and everything.
My upbringing was really good. We grew up silver spoon. I'm not gonna lie. We was kids that had everything. It wasn't nothing that we didn't have. Every shoe that came out, every piece of clothes that came out. I had a car at a young age. So, my family.
You was a boss lady since day one.
I always been a boss lady, and that's no lie. Even like when I post stuff now on social media, my friends be like, "Girl, you still doing music? I remember you used to rap on your grandma's porch. I remember you was doing this." And I stayed in every talent show. And it's not new to anybody that knew me as a kid or coming up as a teenager in high school. I've always been into music, always.
Right. Who else influenced you in the music game?
I would have to go Queen Latifah and MC Lyte. And
those you know what? Those two are in my top 5 for female MC.
Yes.
You know
and because they was rapping about things that I can relate to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was never a young girl that was out in the streets having sex and chasing boys. I was never into that. So because I have a daddy, so my daddy was a real father. He didn't play. He was strict, and we couldn't
hear that.
Yeah.
You need the father in the home. That's
yes, it's important, because even me being a woman that I had a daddy in my life, and I still have a daddy in my life. You can pretty much tell the women who did not have their daddies in their life by the way they move. You know what I'm saying? And they always relied on men for everything. You don't need a man for everything. You know what I'm saying? So that's why how I grew up. And my dad didn't even let us listen to rap. We listened to nothing but like jazz and old school music, and that's why I still listen to that type of music to this day.
Okay. So did your mother? Did she project herself as a boss lady as well?
Yes, my mama did. My mama always worked 3 jobs. My mama, I'm not gonna lie to you.
I got 3 jobs.
My mama worked so much. I used to go to work with my mother. So if I want to spend time with my mama, quality time, I had to go to work with my mama.
But see, that's the way, in my opinion, in my point of view, that's the way family is supposed to be.
Yes.
A family is a nation. A family is a business.
Right.
We work for each other. You know what I'm saying?
And it always starts at home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Kids do what they see at home.
Exactly.
So if you bring your kid up the right way and they see certain things in the home, you can trust and believe that that's just what they're gonna put out there in the street. You know what I mean? So
Right. Now, to your music and everything. So you started off in music rapping. You doing singing or anything?
no, I actually started off singing, and I'm gonna have to say, I want to rewind that back. I was a real big Adina Howard fan.
Oh,
I used to think I was Adina Howard, and I started hanging with these group of girls. My dad had bought a house on the south side of Chicago, and we moved to our first house. And we was getting on the block, getting to know all the children that was out there. And I end up linking with these girls. They were sisters, and they were Jehovah's Witness. So they parents didn't let them listen to music, of course. So I had to be the one that break the value. I'm like, look, we gonna listen to Adina Howard. So they had a basement because their dad used to be in a band, but he gave it up because he was full time into Jehovah's Witness. But he still practiced when he was in the privacy of their own home. Yeah. So he had the drum set, the microphones, everything. And when I seen that, I said, girl, y'all tripping. We put that Adina Howard on. I had them down there. We was dancing and
that secular music.
Yeah, baby. We was
Adina
doing.
Howard was a freak. You know what I mean?
Hey, now.
But that was my jam back in the day, too. You know what I'm saying?
But she brought a lot of sexuality to women, too. You know what I'm saying? She was a freak, but she brought a lot of sexuality to music.
Well, I don't know. I can't. When I say that, I'm not saying like I know if she was a freak in real life, but that.
I know she was a freak now. T-shirt and her panties on.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But you taking me back. You taking me back. That segues into. Did you get to see the last verses with Escape and SWV?
I didn't watch it. I watched snippets of it on online, like Instagram. People were posting it. I was getting a lot of feedback. People were calling me and telling me, hey, did you see the verses? Did you see the verses? And, shout out to Escape, because that was another group that I also grew up listening to, and they brought a different flavor to the hip hop industry too as well. So,
Yeah, I mentioned them because when I saw that, boy, that took me back.
What you think about it?
To those back into, that was like one of my favorite verses. Like I said, it took me back to those house party days where we was bumping and grinding and everything.
We was just talking about that. They need to bring basement party backs and backyard parties, man.
Yeah. But see, back in my time though, party wasn't a party until it got shot up. You know what I'm saying? So that part Lord. We can leave out. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to the party. But can we do that today? I don't know.
True.
But getting back to your music now, we're coming up today's time and everything. How many have you put out? Any albums?
This is my first album I'm actually about to get ready to release. Like I said, me being a mom, and then I was a nurse working 9 to 5, 9 to 5, 9, 5 to 9, all that. I actually, decided to put all that energy into the music because this is what I'm supposed to do. So this is be my first album I'm about to get ready to put out solo, and I actually have another album that I'm about to get ready to put out with my friend Majsty, which is BBT. We call Billionaire Boss Tribe.
Billionaire Boss Tribe. Okay, and then you also work with, you got another team.
Yes, I did.
Tell us about that.
Now, that would be actually a movement. You know what I'm saying? Hip Hop Fraternity is a movement. And like I said before, Hip Hop Fraternity it's a fraternity for independent artists who are independent, coming up in the game, don't know nothing about the industry, and learning how to, invest in yourself, knowing what you want to do, pretty much taking the game and being the boss. And that's what the Hip Hop Fraternity is about.
Okay.
Like dissecting the industry,
Right. Because you have somebody with you today that is one of your partners, right?
Yes, we are both a part of the hip hop fraternity, which is Majsty from BBT.
Majsty from BBT. You want to bring her on? Get Majsty.
Hello. How's everybody doing?
All right. So we got Majsty. Why don't you introduce Majsty to Atlanta Unplugged?
I met Majsty at Hip Hop Fraternity. I mean, I probably was in the building for about a week strong, and she just had this aura that stood out. So when I see her, like, we would always talk, we would always hug, and I couldn't quite put my finger on it why I was so attracted to her. And then one day she started singing in the hallway, and I turned around, I said, "Was that you singing?" She was like, "Yes." And I was like, "What are you doing with that voice?" She was like, "Nothing." Like, no, ain't no such thing as nothing. You know what I'm saying? This is the voice that the world needs to hear. And we just been rocking and rolling ever since then.
So you found a diamond in the rough.
Yes, a diamond in the rough. Yes.
Okay.
Well, hello. It's nice to be here. It's nice. It's wonderful to actually be on set with not just a good friend, but as one of my mentors. And so I'm thankful to have a confidant as well.
With Majsty, this is your first go around with doing music and everything professionally?
Professionally, I would have to say going on about 2 years now. 2 years, yeah.
Okay. And you sing, rap?
I do a little bit of everything. To be honest with you, my first inspiration in music was actually like dealing with country music, orchestra.
Country music.
Yeah.
Orchestra.
She's different now. She's different.
It's different. I'm into the jazz and everything like that, and so I actually took on to paying more attention to like vocals and things before I actually got into the beat of things. I started out as a singer that did things with live bands. I actually started out singing Chitlin circuit music. And so we're talking about your Sir Charles, your Tina Turner, things like that. So taking it back home.
And where you from?
I'm actually from Florida. I was born in Miami. I was raised in Tallahassee.
All over Florida.
Yeah, from the top to the bottom.
Yeah, Florida night. That's what's up. So, so now she's bringing you into the game and everything. And where you got you working on some music, working on the album with her or something?
Yes, we actually working on an album called Billionaire Boss Tribe. And y'all are actually hear the first single today that we're releasing. And it hasn't even been released yet. And we actually test the waters in a couple of clubs. DJs are already spinning it. Radio stations already have it. And we haven't even released it yet. And we're like, yo, chill out. You know what I'm saying? But the track is so hot. We actually performed it live. I don't know if y'all familiar with Bigo. It's a live stream. It's really big on social media. It's a big social media platform. And we performed live for Bone Thugs and Harmony. And we remain, we remain the top artist of the week for just performing that. And I can't think of his name, but he didn't have his camera on before when all the other artists were performing. When we sung High Life and he turned his camera on and he said, "Man, y'all sound like a female Bone Thugs and Harmony right now."
Yeah, it's definitely got a
He said, "Y'all sound like a brand new female Outcast." Like they was throwing those type of names out there.
That's some big names.
Yes,
it's definitely different. It's a different sound.
It's a different sound.
I truly believe that, as we've been cooking it up in the lab, that we have created our own sound. There's not too many people, if any, that I can pinpoint. It may be really more so a merge of every neo soul, R&B, rap and hip hop artist that we grew up with throughout the 90s. So
y'all chemistry has been just clicking, and so
it's
y'all
amazing.
in the studio, it's just
it just clicks. Yeah.
That's what's up. So how do y'all feel about female artists today, in today's time and everything, and where they're at in the industry?
I mean, first and foremost, I respect a lot of the female artists out here in the game because it's not easy. No matter what you had to do to get there, it's not easy. But what I will say is that, we just, the flavor that we want to bring that's kind of pretty much different from what all the other women now is, what we're talking about, you know what I'm saying, what
Substance.
we're, you know, what we're bringing to the streets, you know, and that's what we're going to be different from the artists, you know, the female artists that's coming out today, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I truly believe that, you know, we all, as music connoisseurs, if you have been paying attention to the art, that it was a very dry season, we'll just say. And so we're just now entering a phase where, you know, the artists that are out now are setting the platform for the authentic, organic sound to be rebirthed. And, you know, I'm thankful for it. I'm thankful for it because there was a point in time where no matter what, whether it was trap, rap, hip hop, it didn't matter. There was no substance. Everything was just for dancing in the club. And so, like, I think we finally entered an era where people are actually talking about things, they're finding themselves and realizing it's okay to be you.
What? No more twerking.
It's nothing wrong with it. I can actually twerk really good, you know. But it's you know, it's just that now we have to acknowledge that we have a lot of children out here that wants to be artists as well. We don't want our young women to think that they have to go get their body done in order to be seen and get their music heard. So that's what we want to shy away from that. You know, no shade to the women that's doing it, all the strippers that's coming up doing it, you know, keep doing y'all thing. But, you know, this is not what BBT is about. We want to show our young women, especially our young black women, that you don't have to get your body done, or you don't have to be afraid to be yourself and not wear, you know, makeup or lashes. You know, just be yourself. And, you know, because your talent gonna speak for itself. You know what I mean? So
Right. I always say that there should be a balance. I don't want to knock, you know, all that, you know, ratchetness out there. Sometimes that, you know,
sometimes you got to get ratchet now.
You know what I'm
Ratchet
saying?
Saturday.
I'll tell her, I'll be like, you know what, today I want to be ratchet. You know, it's all depending on how you feeling that day. If you feeling like being ratchet, be ratchet that day. If you feel like twerking that day, twerk that day. If you feel like being a church girl, be a church girl that day. It just all depends on how you feel, and it's okay about that.
But just have a balance.
Have a balance,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
And be good at what you do. If you love something, like there's many females out here that do their own thing, whatever the case may be, however they're dressed, but they do well at it. We're not gonna place no names on what their occupation may be, but regardless of the fact, just do well in whatever it is that you do. Give the best that you got, and it'll make something.
And just be different.
Yes.
So, what type of subject matters do y'all speak on and everything like that?
I can't even really box it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like we just talk about whatever comes to mind, however we feeling on that beat. You know, if you a real artist and you hear a certain beat and you let it flow, and it's like, you know what, I can feel this on that beat. You know, I can feel like a cookout song on this beat. I can feel a twerk song on this beat, a club song. You know, it just all depends on how you, like I said, how you feeling, and that's when you bring the artistry out. So I don't never pretty much box it. You know what I mean?
Everything is message based. Everything is substance based. Basically just articulating every part of your life and really pinpointing to your audience of who you are as a person. And I'm not like this person. I may enjoy listening to their music, but it's important to showcase yourself through your own words.
Like Outkast, you know, and I feel like that's why they labeled us that, you know what I'm saying, a female Outkast, because Outkast didn't box themselves. You never know what they was gonna come out with. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you can listen to their music and it just fit. It fits so well. So
Yeah, it does fit very well and everything. Do y'all dive into any of the, you know, like what's going on in today's time and everything like that? Do you guys speak on that, or is it more so just about, you know, your personal life experiences and all that?
we pretty much tap into everything that's going on. You know what I'm saying? We try to stay away from politics as much as possible, especially coming up in the business. We're gonna wait till we get our foot in the door first, because and if anybody, you know, who are fans of me, I've actually have done a freestyle over Rihanna beat that hit over 40,000 views on YouTube. What I actually freestyled about politics and what was going on, and it went viral.
Yeah, because it's also a very touchy subject. And so my thing is we try and stay tapped in on awareness, period, and keep a balance throughout our lifestyle, knowing a little bit about this, a little bit about that, not just to hold a conversation, but more so for health and security.
Right.
So.
Right. So what is the biggest, because there's many messages, you know, we're layered people, you know what I mean, we experience a whole lot, but what is the biggest thing that you think we should understand, understand? What would you say that is?
I would say equality and support. We don't have a lot of that now. Everybody is more for self, you know what I'm saying? And we is not even just so much as artists, but as people, we need a lot of support right now. You know what I'm saying? Right. We trying to overcome the pandemic. It's a lot of stuff going on now. We got a problem with the gas, you know, and all that has to do with because everybody ain't no more standing together. Yeah, y'all, you know, when I was growing up, you know, we are the worlds, you know what I'm saying? Like we need that type of vibe back. We need the we are the worlds, the human nature, Michael Jackson's. Yeah. We need all that because those were messages that people needed to hear. So that's why, rest in peace, MJ. You know, he kept that in the radio. He kept that in the ears. He kept that in the streets. And that's what we really trying to do, bring that back.
I believe that music is the largest platform that allows an artist to put love back into the community. It's a lot of people that even if they don't read books, even if they don't watch TV, everybody listens to music.
Everybody.
And so like I really feel like that's the largest tool as someone in the cultures as well, to showcase that history, that love back into the people.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So who are you looking forward to working with in the coming up in the music game when it comes to whether artists, producers, anybody in the field?
Well, I'm gonna start with producers. Timberland, I just tagged you the other day. It's time, baby. I'm ready for you. I am so ready for Timberland. Missy Elliott,
yes.
I'm ready for that vibe back. I'm ready for that, man. Those are the top producers I want to work with.
Most definitely. And we were actually, funny enough, we were actually just speaking on this. I would have to say Missy, Timberland, and as well as Erykah Badu.
Oh yes,
I love me some Erykah Badu.
That's one of my favorite artists, man.
You know, I love all the names that you said, but if you ever get in a room with Erykah Badu, you hit me up.
I got you. I got you now. I got you. Teamwork make the dream work. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
Yes, indeed. Okay, so you know when that comes in fruition, which it should, man. You know what I mean? That's gonna be dope. You know what I mean? And I can't wait to be able to see the uprisings and everything like that. So who's in y'all top 5, dead or alive?
Top 5. I would have to say, like I said, MC Lyte, Queen Latifah, Tupac, NWA, and I'm gonna try to pick somebody more newer that's more. I'm gonna have to go with J. Cole.
Okay.
You just heard his new album?
Yes, I did.
Let's see. That's what happens though when you just drop an album. You fresh off of J. Cole. You know what I'm saying?
But J. Cole always, he stay in my
rotation.
Yeah, he stay in rotation.
He's been going strong. He's been going strong throughout everything. He done held on. Him, Charlie Wilson, and Mary J. Blige. They've been holding on strong. You feel me?
Right.
But as far as my top 5, I'm gonna say Erykah Badu, of course, Lauryn Hill, Jill Scott, Kelly Price, and The Temptations.
Okay. That's a good one.
See, they never heard of a top 5 like that.
Hey, we got to bring it back to the roots. Like,
I mean, that's who paved the way for us artists today. Y'all got to understand
Truly.
where this music really come from.
Right, exactly.
A lot of y'all sampling this music, y'all don't even know where it come from. Do your homework.
Do your history.
Right. You know, I was thinking about that the other day as far as top 5s. And normally you get the top 5s, you get all the fellas and everything. which they deserve to be in that top 5. But then I think about a Lauryn Hill. I'm like, yeah, you have your male category, you have female category. And to me, Lauryn Hill's on top of the list of the female, but she could be right there on the top of the list.
On the top
period.
of what?
Right now.
Period. In the middle.
You
in
know?
the middle. You know what I'm saying?
So it's like, so I appreciate, how, your top 5 lists and everything. You didn't keep it, locked in to what everybody else is saying, give the normal answers and everything. And I think a lot of, people's top 5s come from Eminem, because Eminem was, back in the days, he gave his top 5 artists, which was Big, Pac, and what were the 3 other ones? But now people put him in it, the top 5 and everything. And nothing wrong with that, But I think people need to educate themselves on hip hop, because there's so many great artists out there that deserve their name to be
heard. Yes, they do. They do.
To be ranked up there, with their.
I don't even lie to you. Like, I'd rather you say top 10 for me, because top 5 is good, but it's
so many.
It's tight.
It really is, because even for you to mention Eminem, you know what I'm saying? That's one of my favorite artists. You know what I'm saying? As well as Kanye West and Jay-Z and real artistry. Not about what y'all think about them. I'm talking about real art, like real artistry. You know what I'm saying? And you can relate to what they saying. When they rap it, you can actually feel like that's you. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't too many artists that can take your mind like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And that's why, rest in peace DMX. Rest in peace.
Oh, rest in peace DMX. Oh my gosh.
And definitely rest in peace to Shock G. And I felt like Shock G never got his
shine the way he should, man, because he changed the game with his character. And see, that's another thing too that a lot of independent artists are missing is character. You got to have character.
Identify yourself.
Yes, because comedy, music, all that goes hand in hand. If you got a character and you got personality, put it into your music. And that's what Outkast did. That's why they stood out so much. You know what I'm saying?
Originality. That's
Originality.
What it was back in the days. Nowadays it's more so, they got a blueprint of who's hot, and so they take that and
try to make you into something. It's like, no, if it come natural,
just
just come natural. Yeah.
Right.
Man, that was what formed growing up. That was what formed the identity as an artist today that I am. And so, like, to be able to name the top 5 or the top 10, these are people that you can hear to the music.
Yeah. So, we need to continue to pay homage to our legends and everything, and allow it to, grow in us as we grow as our individual artistry and everything like that too. So, much respect to y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Respect. Y'all really got something going on and everything. I checked out your video. You know what I mean? I was talking about you earlier. You was like, I don't need nothing because I'm a boss. You know what I mean? So, what's the name of that song again?
I do what I want.
I do what I want. Yeah, see, I understood the idea behind that video. I do it, and she over there hopping in Bentleys and everything. You know what I'm saying?
It was a Rolls Royce. Rolls Royce,
That's
right?
The new woman's anthem.
You see, I'm not even on that level. I'm trying to get up there with Bozzlaydee. You know what I mean? But definitely much respect to y'all. I love what y'all doing, what y'all bringing to the game. So much success to y'all. If you, those that are coming up after y'all, what do you have to say to them? That's the camera right there.
I would have to say, stay true to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Be good at what you do. Be knowledgeable about what you do. Don't worry about what nobody say, because at the end of the day, for them to get where they needed to be, they had to pay the price for it. So just keep moving, keep doing what you're doing. Don't listen to nobody, and you'll be good.
I'm gonna say specifically to the up and coming women, dig deeper. Dig deeper. We caught up on a lot of layers like you had spoke on earlier. There is always a deeper meaning to you. Don't ever stop doing what you're doing what you love, and be you in every situation that you are in.
Okay, and tell everybody how they could tap into y'all, find y'all.
You can find me on all platforms under Bozzlaydee. That's BOZZLAYDEE number 1.
You can find me at MAJSTYMUZIK.
The whole alphabet, you know what I'm saying?
Gotta
put
say
the
it
whole
sound
like a
like
whole
ABCD.
MUZIK.
Nah, that's what's up. That's what's up. Any shout outs? Give you shout outs. You know what I mean?
I want to give a shout out to God, because without God, I wouldn't be here. Shout out to y'all for having us here. Shout out to my family that's been holding me down, our management team. Shout out to our support system, Hype Magazine, Hip Hop Fraternity, Manny Mad Dog, man. Just shout out to everybody who's been rocking with us truly through our whole journey.
I definitely want to give a shout out to God as well. I want to definitely thank everybody that has been behind us, on the side of us, helping us on this journey from state to state. I'm thankful for everybody that's been tuning in and tapping in on us and really, really staying connected. All of these events that we go to, it's been nothing but love. And so I want to give a thank God to the family that we have. The support team is great. I don't know what I would do without them. And just everybody that's been a help. Y'all know who y'all are. Thank you.
Yes, indeed. Make sure that, you know what I mean, Atlanta Unplugged get a cameo in your next video. You know what I mean? I know you.
Man,
I know you do what you want, but you know.
Shouts out to Atlanta Unplugged.
Shouts out.
That is in the video. You know what I'm saying? You know, get on a couple of tracks. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it was a pleasure having y'all here and everything. People going to be able to see a performance from y'all, and I can't wait to see y'all success and y'all growth and development.
Thank you so much.
Yes, indeed. Hey, y'all, that's Atlanta Unplugged. I'm your host, Steve Paul. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Hey, and there's a comment section down there. Let us know how we doing. You know what I mean? Let us know how the artists are and all that. Show some love. And that's it. That's all. We're out. Peace.